Welcome to Selenium training, guys. So, guys, this is the second session of page object model design pattern. So, in the first session, we have seen that the architecture of page object model part one, and we have seen that different components. What are the different components we will be creating, and at the page layer and the TestNG layer, and we have created one base class also and different some basic properties and methods we will define inside the test base class, and then we have separate configuration properties and environment variables and test data.xls file to maintain our data and everything. And then we will create some utilities also, common utilities, and and then we will generate some TestNG report with the help of extend report as well as TestNG.xml also we will see. Okay, so the diagram wise we have seen, I have already explained you, and different technologies wise we will be using like Java, WebDriver, TestNG, Maven, and number of couple of things we will be using in this project now. Now, what let's do one thing, that let's create let's start this framework designing. We will say this is kind of hybrid approach. It's a combination of page object model plus data driven approach. Okay, so we will drive the data from Excel files, and we will be using the PageFactory API of Selenium WebDriver, and the same page object model, page chaining model design pattern we will be using. Okay, so let's do that. So I'll be using Eclipse for that to design my code and everything. So what I'll do, simple, I'll create one Maven project. So just simple, you have to go to File, New, and instead of Java project, we have to create a Maven project. So Maven is already available in your Eclipse. So you have to go to Maven. You have to select Maven over here and click on Maven project, right? And then click on next. And don't select anything over here and click on next. And again, don't change anything and click on next. And here you have to give your name. Let's see, my project name is free CRM test automation. Okay, and my artifact ID is, let's see, free CRM test, right? And this is, click on finish, and you will see that in the left hand side it will create one project, and my project name is where it is, free CRM test. Okay, and free CRM test, this is a Maven project. So how will you get to know that this is a Maven project? So if you see that it's written over there MNJ. MJ means Maven Java project. Okay, if you create a simple Java project, it will see that only J is there. It means this is a simple Java project. Okay, so in the morning session early we created that, okay, only J. So this is your Java project. It's not your Maven Java project. Now what is the advantage of Maven Java project? Okay, so first of all, it will create one project folder over here, and then it will give you two source folder, src main Java and src test Java. In src main Java, it will create one dummy package, so we don't need this dummy package. We will create our own package, so just delete it. And this src test Java also, right click and delete. Okay, so now we have src main Java, src test Java, and gre system library already added, and we have one file that is called pom.xml file. Okay guys, so we have to do couple of things inside the pom.xml file. Okay, so in pom.xml file, this is the heart of the project. This file is very important, so you just need to click on this tab, pom.xml. What we have to do, we have to add all the dependencies over here. Okay, so to add the dependencies means what are the different libraries you will be using. So we will be using, let's see, TestNG, we will be using Apache POI API, we will be using Selenium WebDriver APIs, right? We will be using extend report APIs. Okay, so all these are dependencies. So no need to download respective jar files. What you have to do, you just need to give the dependencies entries over here inside your pom.xml file. Okay, and where we have to give, inside the dependencies section. So inside the dependency section, JUnit is already there. So I don't use JUnit. Obviously we won't use JUnit, so I'll remove this dependency from here. What I'll do, I'll add a couple of dependencies one by one. So first I'll add dependencies for Selenium, right? So how to add dependencies for Selenium? You just need to, what you have to do, open, just go to google.com and just type WebDriver Maven. Okay, so just click on this link and see, this is a dependency. Dependency is starting from dependency and ending at dependency. Okay, and we have to copy paste over here inside the pom.xml file. This is the dependencies section starting here and ending here, right? And we have to add the dependency over here. Okay, and just click on save, Control S. So you will see that automatically 3.5.3, the latest version, will be downloaded. The Selenium with Java language binding will be downloaded. All the jar files will be associated automatically in your project. No need to download the zip file and then you will unzip it and then you will associate in the build path. Right click on your project and go to project library and then add those jar files. No need to do that. So Maven will automatically, it will do that. So if you see that inside the Maven dependency, all the Selenium dependencies added over here. Simple. Okay, latest version Selenium 3.5.3 added over here. Fine. Now let's see, the next version is 3.5.4. So you just need to write 4 over here and save it. Okay, so automatically the last version 3.5.3 will be updated to 3.5.4 automatically. Okay, so this is so easy. No need to take care of the latest version in the market. Just write the version number over there and that's it. No need to remove the jar files and then again you will download and again you will unzip it and then remove 3.5.3 and then you will add 3.5.4 on top of that. No need to do that. It will be taken care by, the build will be taken care by Maven. That's why Maven is called build automation tool. Okay, we will learn about Maven more later. Okay, but this is one of the feature, very important feature, that we can add dependencies also. Okay, what else we need? We need, so according to the diagram we saw, so we need Java. So Java we have already added. Java is already added, and because Eclipse obviously works upon Java, so JDK is already added. And we need Selenium WebDriver. Fine, Selenium WebDriver we have added. We need TestNG and POI APIs also. So let's see, add uh, TestNG also. So how to add TestNG? So I have dependencies for TestNG. I'll give it to you. Okay, I have my separate project in which I'll take the TestNG dependency and I'll give it to you. Don't worry guys, I'll share the entire code with you so you can use this. So TestNG XML, just a minute. Yeah, so here is TestNG dependency, or you can search it on Google also. So how to search it on Google, I'll tell you. Simple. You need to write TestNG Maven. Okay, and then go to this Maven repository and you have to pick the latest version is 6.111. Just copy this. Okay, you can take this dependency and paste it over here. After Selenium dependency, paste it over here. Okay, one thing you have to remember guys, instead of test, scope is test. Our scope is not test, our scope is compile. Okay, we have to use compile and then save, just save it. So it will download 6.11. The latest version of TestNG is 6.11. It will download. I was using around 2-3 months back 6.8. Okay, now the latest version is 6.11. Earlier I was using around 3 months back 6.8. Okay, so you can see this site, 6.11 is the latest one, and you can add the dependency over here and you will see that inside this section Maven dependencies, okay, the TestNG will be downloaded. So TestNG will be available over here. See, you can see the TestNG here. Okay, 6.11, the latest version is there. Fine. So TestNG is also here. Now we have to add Apache POI API for Excel files. So for Apache POI API, we have to download Apache POI API zip file. Okay, and we have to add number of jar files over there. But Apache POI API, it will give you around 130 MB or 150 MB of zip file, and then you will download it, and number of folders, a number of jar files will be there. See, I'll show you my download section where Apache POI API is there. Just a minute. This is a version we downloaded. So we have to add all these jar files, plus couple of jar files are available over here, and some jar files are available inside the lib folder also, right? So no need to do this thing. Automatically Maven will take care of it. So you just need to add the correct dependencies for Apache POI API. So for Apache POI API, I have some dependencies. So I'll give you those dependencies, guys. Okay. So I always save these dependencies. So no need to search again and again on Google. You just need to copy paste. So see, these are the Apache POI API dependency. You can use it from, see, POI API, POI OOXML, POI OOXML schemas. This one, OpenXML, POI 3.9. This one, schemas, Scratchpad, and OpenXML 4J. Till here you have to copy this, all these dependencies. I'll send it to you guys. Don't worry, you have to add it over here. Okay, I have added, and just press Ctrl S. It will start downloading all the dependencies, and it's done. See, it's so fast. So if you see, Maven dependencies will be added over here for POI API. Where it is, see, all the POI API got added. See, right? All the POI API got added over here, right? So Apache POI API also we have added. Apache POI API we will be using for, okay, data driven point of view, reading the data from Excel files. Fine. So let's see in future if we need some other dependencies also. Let's see, for log4j and extend report we will add it later. Okay, but currently we need at least 3 dependencies. One is for TestNG, another one is for Selenium, and couple of dependencies for Apache POI API. Okay, so I'll check in this code into my Git repository. You can download the entire code from there. Okay, I'll give you the link. Okay, fine. Now let's see the folder structure. Okay, so the folder structure, we will follow the exact diagram, the different folder structure we will create. A lot of people, they will ask you at the time of interview that, what is your folder structure of your project, your framework. So your framework project structure, tell me, okay, where exactly number of files are available, how many packages you have created, what are different source folder you have created, how exactly the data is available, where exactly in which folder data is available. So all those things we will cover. Okay, so always remember, framework is always designed step by step. First decide the approach, what are different dependencies you need, and then define your folder structure. Okay, so folder structure, it can be different for other applications in other different projects also, but 80% 90% it will be similar. Okay, most of the people, they follow the same rule. The best rule, the best practice I'll follow in src main java and src test java, always remember guys, these two folders are very important. These are not normal folders, these are source folders, right? So src main java and src test java, src main java, whatever the utilities, okay, the page classes, the libraries, okay, the entire thing we have to create inside src main java. In src test java, we will create only and only test cases. Test cases which are written under TestNG, we will create in src test java source folder. Okay, so let's move further step by step. In src main java, what I'll do, I'll right click on it, and I'll go to new, and click on package. So first I'll create a package. So my package is, see, first thing is, first layer I'll create. My package is, let's see, this package, comqa.package. And we will be working upon this application, this CRM application. Okay, free CRM. So let's see, I'll give my package name. Let's see, you're working with Amazon, or you're working with some company, let's see, Ola. So the package name I'll give some, let's see, like this. Your project name, let's see, your project name is CRM. So com.crm.qa dot, let's see, I'm going to create different packages for pages. So like this, com.crm is your application name. That's your application name. It can be anything, whatever your application name. Okay, it can be, let's see, library management system, school management system, deal management system, or whatever. It can be anything. Your project name dot qa and dot pages. Simple package will create, and click on finish. So one package got created. Now the second layer is, okay, the second layer is what? Second layer is TestNG layer, test cases layer. So the test cases layer we will create inside src test java. Okay, don't create your test cases inside src main java. Okay, this is a rule. I'll tell you why later. So just right click on new and go to package. Again, I'll create com dot crm dot qa dot test. Okay, or let's see, we'll write test cases, something like this, test cases, and click on finish. So all the test classes I'll be creating inside this package. See, currently I'm not creating any class, I'm just creating the packages. Okay, and after that, what we have, then we will create one base class. So this is my utility. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll create another package, new, and my package name is, let's see, com dot crm dot qa dot, let's see, I'll give base. Okay, or I'll give, let's see, yeah, let's see, I'll give base, simple, and click on finish. Okay, so I'll create my test base class inside this package. Okay, see guys, this is called framework. I'm creating different components, package wise component I'm creating. After that, the next step is, um, I'll be creating my environment variables, my config.properties file, right? So for the environment variable, I'll create another package, com dot crm dot qa dot config. Okay, you can give configuration or config, whatever. Fine. So config package is also created. Then I'll create my, for data point of view, I'll create some package where will I store my data. So I'll create another package, com dot crm dot qa dot, let's see, test data, something like this. Give some proper name so that anyone can understand. Fine. So test data I'll be storing over here. After that, we have different utilities. So I'll create one util package. Okay, so com dot crm dot qa dot util, I'll create like this. So all the utilities and, okay, common utilities I'll be creating over here, right? After that, reporting, we will not create any packages for reporting. Automatically it will be created later, so that I'll tell you later. And what else is pending? I think, yeah, these are the different packages we will create. But for test cases, we will create separate package inside the src test java. And other things, all the utilities, page classes, and everything we will create inside the src main java. Okay, fine. Now the next step is, you have to check your application first. That, let's see, this is my application. My first page is the login page. How many pages are there and how many pages you are going to automate, right? So let's see, I have this particular application, and first I'll define my configurations. Okay, so let's see, my configuration is this. This is my URL. Okay, freecrm.com, right? So this is my URL. So what I'll do, I'll open my config package and I'll create one config.properties class over here, so that I'll define all the common properties over there. So I'll create a file, click on next, and my file name is config.properties, right? How to read the properties, guys, I have already covered one tutorial. Please refer that tutorial, that how to read properties file. Okay, click on finish. And one property I'll create first, URL. What will be your application URL is this. What will be your username, password? My username is, let's see, Naveen K, and my password is equal to test@123. Okay, and on which browser you want to execute, let's see. Okay, I can change it directly from properties. Okay, so browser is equal to Chrome, I have written. What else we can write it over here? Some generic and common properties only we will write. So as of now, let's see, only define these four properties. What is your URL, username, password, and browser name, right? Okay, and we will add some other properties later if it is required, but only and only don't store your test data, guys. Please don't store your test data. If you want to fill the form and you want to create 100 of data, don't create your test data inside the properties file. This is a very bad approach. You should not Okay, you should not write your test data inside the properties file. Properties file are only for global environments variables. Okay, fine. Now properties file we have defined. Now in our application we have seen that number of pages will be there. Let's see, we have login page. Okay, so first page is the login page. So what I'll do, I'll create a page class. Remember, we will create one login page class. So let's create a login page class. Inside the package, I'll create new a class, and see guys, L capital login page. That's it. Don't write .java, login page, and don't select the main method. Just click on finish. So one simple login page class will be created over here. We will write the login page class, objects and methods inside the login page class. Okay, fine. After that, I'm not going to write any code as of now. And after that, we will see what exactly the next page, other page is, let's see, registration page, the sign up page. For the sign up page, we have this particular thing. Okay, so I'll create separate sign up page also. So the each and every page, I'll create a Java class. Okay, sign up page and click on finish. So first I'll create all the respective page classes: login page.java, sign up page.java, and what else we need. After that, we will log in into the system. Let's see, number of pages will be there. Let's see, I'll enter Naveen K and password is this. The moment I enter into it, okay, this is my home page. The first time I see this particular page, so I'll create one home page.java. So new and class home page class I'll create. And after home page, let's see, I want to click on this contacts. Okay, so this will be my contacts page, right? This will be my contacts page, right? So I'll create one, let's see, one more page, contacts page. Okay, click on finish. Similarly, you can create other pages like you can create deals page or task page. So let's see, I'll create a couple of pages. Let's see deal page also. We will see deal, and we will see that this is a deal page. So deals page I'll create, new class deals page I have created. Similarly, let's say in your application you have hundreds of pages are there. Then you have to create 100 Java classes page wise for each and every. That's a rule in page object model, that for each and every page you have to create a separate Java class. It should be a one-to-one mapping. Okay, 100 pages, 100 Java classes should be there, right? So there are so many pages in this particular application. I'm not going to create for each and every one, each and every page class. So a couple of important things we will cover. Okay, so this is the page class I have created. Now another component is that I'll create one base class, okay, which will be the parent class of all the classes. Now see, base classes I'll create inside the base package. My base class is test base. Don't select the main method, click on finish. Okay, so this is the base class. In base class, what I'll do a couple of things over here, that inside the base class I'll initialize all my properties and the basic initialization, that launch Google Chrome and everything, that according to this diagram. This maximize the window, page load timeout, okay, and implicitly wait, read all cookies, enter the URL, decide the properties of, decide the browser on the basis of properties, on which browser you want to execute. So all these classes are totally dependent on base class, right? So no need to create, no need to maximize, or no need to launch your Chrome driver, okay, again and again for each and every class. There is no use of that, right? That if I have 100 classes, for 100 classes I'm creating WebDriver driver equal to new Chrome driver. So better to use the concept of inheritance. So I'll inherit some properties from my parents. So the parent is test based class, and all these are child classes. So child classes can inherit the properties. Properties means some variables, and the methods can be inherited from base class, right? So we will be using inheritance concept also. Okay, here. So let's see first what I'll do. Simple, I'll create test base class constructor over here. Okay, this is my test base class constructor, and I'll define as a public constructor over here. Simple constructor name will be the class name. Fine. Now, but before, immediately after the base class, I'll write my WebDriver simple like this. I'll initialize my WebDriver with static variable. Okay, and WebDriver I'll import it from Selenium. So see, we have already added the library through Maven dependency. So suggestion is coming. I added the library. Now inside the base class, what I'll do, I'll read my properties. Okay, so how to read the properties? That code I've already explained you guys. Okay, so that code I'll give it to you. So I'm just gonna copy paste that code. Okay, so just a minute. Okay, so okay, so inside the what I'll do, I'll create one more class variable, properties prop. I'll tell you why. Okay, and what I'll do inside my base class, I have written prop equal to new properties and file input stream IP is equal to new file input stream, and I have given where exactly your property file is available. So I'll give the path of my properties file according to my project. Okay, please refer that tutorial guys, that how to read the properties. And this is my config.property. I'll right click on it, and this is the location. Okay, and then I'll give the path over here like this. Okay, you can write inside this in the second line also like this, and then okay, prop.load, and that's it. So this is inside the constructor. Simply I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm reading my properties. I'm initializing my prop variable. I'm initializing my prop variable. That's why I've created properties prop over here, so that this is my global variable. So this prop can be used throughout my program, inside the child classes also, and inside in test based class also I can use that. Okay, so this is the first thing you have to do, that you have to create the constructor of this class and read your properties from here to here. Okay, fine. Okay, so after this constructor, what I'll do, I'll create one initialization method. Okay, so what is the purpose of initialization method? See, public, I'll define one public static void, my method name is initialization method. Okay, public static void initialization method. Inside this method, what I'll do, I'll write the code. First, I'll read the properties of what is my browser. So I know that if I open my config.properties, my browser name is Chrome. Okay, so I'll read this property. So how to read the property? Simple, prop dot get property, and the property name is browser. Okay, and this prop dot get property will give you one string, so I'll store in string variable, that is string browser name. See guys, if you're directly jumping on designing the framework tutorial, you won't be able to understand a couple of things, that how to read the properties and all. So I would advise you, please go through the earlier videos, that is like how to read the properties, Selenium concept, okay, TestNG concept and everything. Otherwise you won't be able to understand. If you're directly jumping on framework designing, you won't be able to do that. You have to learn first basics of Java, then learn Selenium concept, then TestNG, and then come to this tutorial. Otherwise you won't be able to understand most of the things. Okay, fine. So this tutorial is only for the for those guys who are already covered these topics. Okay, so I have written this string browser name, fine, and one condition I'll put now, that if browser name dot equals Chrome, right? So what I'll do, if browser name dot equals Chrome, then I'll define the system property for Chrome, right? So I know that what are the different system properties for Chrome. So I'll get that thing from here. I'll give it to you. So I know that for system property for this thing, Okay, this. So I'll define system.setProperty WebDriver.Chrome.driver, and this is my Chrome driver.exe file path. Okay, and then if the browser name is equal to Chrome, then only I have to launch my Chrome browser. So what I'll do, I'll define this WebDriver driver also. I have already defined over here. Okay, so this driver I'll be using, which is defined at the class level. Okay, this driver is equal to new Chrome driver. So this driver will be initialized. The moment you write over here driver equal to new Chrome driver, it means this driver variable will be initialized. It means inside the child classes also I can use it now. Okay, so that's why the purpose of WebDriver and properties. Both the variables, reference variables, I have defined immediately after the class, and inside the constructor and inside the class, inside the method, I'm initializing that particular variable so that the global variable will be initialized. Right, guys? Okay, fine. Same thing I'll write for Firefox also. So Firefox also, I have written that code. I'll give it to you. That see this code. Okay, same thing for. Oh, sorry. Let's take it for Firefox. Okay, let's write it. What I'll do, I'll write else if browser name dot equal to Firefox, then simple write we have to use Gecko driver, and we have to use Gecko driver.exe file path. Okay, and instead of Chrome driver I'll be using Firefox driver. Okay, I'll be using Firefox driver. Fine. So I have written a couple of conditions over here. If browser name is equal to this particular property is coming from properties file. If it is equal to Chrome for Firefox, same thing you can write it for Safari and Internet Explorer also. So I'm not going to do with Internet Explorer with Safari. Let's take only these two things. So this particular logic you can write. And then once your, let's see, Chrome driver you are using, your Chrome browser will be launched. And what you want? I want driver dot, I want to initialize my page load timeout also. Manage, and I want to maximize my window also. Let's see, driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, and then driver dot manage dot delete all cookies, and then I'll define my driver dot manage dot timeout dot page load timeout. Let's see, page load timeout I'm giving 20 seconds, and time unit dot seconds. Same thing, I'll define my implicitly wait also. So driver dot manage dot timeout dot implicitly wait for, let's see, implicitly wait for 10 seconds, and time unit dot seconds. Okay, and then I'll launch my URL. So how to launch your URL? Driver dot get, and the URL is where? URL is available. Where exactly URL is available? Inside the config.property. This is my URL property, that freecrm.com. And what I'll do, simple, I'll read the property prop dot get property, and the property name is URL. So this is advantage, I can use prop inside the initialization method also, because I have defined prop at the global level. Okay, and prop I'm initializing over here inside the test base class constructor. Fine, so the property URL will be launched. Fine, after that, do we need any other thing? Let me check. So that's it, and yeah, cool. So this is also done. Now one thing we can see that 20 and 30, these are, let's see, tomorrow your application is very slow, it's taking 30 seconds or 40 seconds for the page loading, and implicitly wait also you want to increase and you want to change. So again you have to change inside the script. So better we do one thing, that we will create one util class over here inside the util package. So this is your qa.util. I'll create a class, test util class. Okay, and inside this I'll create two static variable. let's see, static string. Okay, static, or maybe I'll use, because in base class page load timeout it will take long value. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll create one long value, static long, let's see, page underscore load underscore timeout is equal to 20, and static long, I'll define implicit underscore weight is equal to 10. Okay, so these two static variables, and both are public, so that can be used anywhere. Okay, public. And what I'll do, inside my base class I'll remove this hard coding value, hard coded value. So I'll take it from test util class directly. So test util dot, okay, page load timeout, and test util dot implicit weight. Okay, so test util page load timeout is coming from here, and implicit weight also it's coming from here. Okay, you can press control and mouse over, you can click on it, so you will be directing over here. So let you, tomorrow you want to change from 20 to 30 and 10 to 40 or 10 to 20, something like that. If you want to change the value, you can directly come over here and you can change the value, or you can define these two properties inside the config.properties file also. Okay, so this is all done. Fine. Okay, so this is a part of the base class that we have created. Okay, so this is the base class we have created. Now let me close other things so that you won't be confused. Okay, so the base class is done. Now my next target is, according to the diagram, base class is done, that maximize window, page load timeout, implicitly wait, delete all cookies and get URL, everything is done. But I told you that base class, test base class will be my parent class. So how will you create the relationship between this base class and other classes? So we have different classes. We have login page. So login page will be the child of test base. So what I'll do, I'll use extends keyword. Extends test base. Okay, and this test base we have to import, obviously import it from this particular package. Fine. So the login page extending test base class, similarly I'll be using the exact code in all the classes. Contacts page also is the child of base class. Deal page also is the child of base class. Home page also is the child of base class. Sign up page also is a child of base class. So all the page classes are now the child of base class, test base class, right? Now quickly we will write one method inside the login page.java. So inside the login page.java, we know one thing, that we have to define first of all two things over here. We have to define first, after creating this page class, and page class is extending base class. In login page.java class, what we have to do, we have to define the object repository, PageFactory we have to define, okay, of login page. I am writing PageFactory or object repository, OR. PageFactory we have to use one annotation that is called @find by annotation we have to use. And @find by annotation, what we have to do, we have to put this bracket, and then this is the, let's see, on the login page I'll go. This is my login page. What are the different things you want to check? Let's see, my first test is login. So I'll define this username. I'll inspect this username. Username is this. So I'll be using name property. Instead of XPath, I'll be using username. So what I'll do, I'll write @name is equal to, name is this, username. Okay, and then you have to define one variable. So your variable will be web element variable. I'll tell you, wait guys, username, like this. And web element is available where? Selenium, so just import it. Okay, be careful with the syntax. Just a minute. Add missing attribute. Okay, let me check the exact syntax. Wait. Okay, login page. You don't need to use @ you have to use name like this. Okay, sorry, don't use @ name. You have to use name. If it you have to use XPath, you have to use XPath. I'll tell you, wait, one by one. So this is for username. Same thing for password also. @. So all the elements you will be using in your program, in your test case, I'll define those respective page factories, page elements. Okay. So this is @ find by, and for password also, where is your password? So for password, password also I'll be using name equal to password. So I'll be using name is equal to in double quotes password, and you have to give the name. Okay, what is my name? Web element. My name is password. Okay, so it is like this. This username. See, this is equal to like this. Driver dot find element by dot name username. So okay, so in the single line we are writing @ find by annotation will do automatically. It will do this thing. Okay, so we are defining similarly like this. No need to write now driver dot find element by dot name by dot xpath. No need to write. Simple. This thing you have to write @ find by name equal to username, and the variable name is username. And if you want to enter something, you just need to use now username dot send keys. I'll tell you how to do that. Now the third thing we will create for @ find by, and for submit login button. So the login button, there is no ID, there is no name. I don't want to use this XPath. I'll create my own XPath, custom XPath. So simple, I'll use XPath is equal to, now see, this is input field. So I'll know that /, I'll create my custom XPath quickly. @ type is equal to, and the type is equal to submit. Okay, type it is equal to submit, and web element, this is my, I'll write login button, something like this. I'll write login button. Fine. So three things I have defined, three page factories I have defined: username, password, and login. I'll define one page factory for sign up button also. For sign up also, again, I don't want to use this, no ID, so I'll be using sign up. Okay, text like this. So again, same thing, @ find by xpath is equal to, it should start from button because the attribute is button, and I'll be using button which contains what? It contains text, comma, this is your sign up. Simple. Customize XPath, please refer customize XPath tutorial, guys. These small things, okay, we will not cover in the framework designing because this thing already covered. Okay, web element, and this is my sign up button. Fine, I have defined 4 elements sign up button. So I'm giving some proper name, that sign up button, login button, username, and password field like this. Let's say I want to check the logo also. Free CRM, this is the logo, and this is the image. Okay, and image, we can use class equal to this. Okay, so we will use this class attribute. Okay, so again, quickly I'll write find by, and I'll be using xpath is equal to, I know that double quotes, so /, is attribute is img which contains what? Which contains class, and the class is this. Okay, and the class is @ class, comma, this, and this is what? This is your web element CRM logo. Okay, so I have defined around 3 plus 2, 5 different page factories, page object repositories I have defined on the same page. So whatever the login related elements are available, I'll define only on login page. See guys, I'm not writing any test cases as of now. I'm just defining the page libraries. Okay, now I'll create the method. Guys, I'll create the method. So just a minute. Okay, but before creating the method, what you have to do, you have to see @find by. We have, with the help of @find by, we have created around 5 to 6 or 4 to 5 different web elements of that particular page, login page. Now we have to initialize all these object repositories. So how to initialize the elements with the help of PageFactory? So what I'll do, I'll create the constructor of this class once again. Public. This is my constructor of this class. Okay. Inside this public login page, I'll define one method. I have one class, PageFactory class dot init elements method is there, guys. Okay, init elements. And what is your driver? This is my driver. Okay, I'll copy this thing, driver, just a minute, man, and I'll use this. I'll tell you how. Okay, and just a minute. Okay, so I'll go to my base class. So see, this driver I defined not public, so I have to make it public so that I can use in my child classes also. I'll use public, both WebDriver and properties public. So then I'll go to my login page now. Okay, this driver is coming from where? This driver is coming from base class. Okay, see, it's coming from base class. Fine. Now inside this login page constructor, I'll initialize the method. They will ask you at a time of interview, how will you initialize your page factory? So we have one method, PageFactory.init elements. Init element means initialize elements with driver, and this means current class object. So current class, inside the object, current, all these variables are available. So all these variables will be initialized with this driver. Okay, all these CRM logo, sign up button, login button, username and password, all these variables will be initialized with driver. Instead of this, you can write this also, login page dot class also you can write, but better to use this. This means it's pointing to the current class object. Okay, so this is the login page constructor I have created. After that, I'll define my different actions which are available on login page. So on login page, I know that different features, different functionality of login page. So my basic functionality is that, let's see, I'll write my first method, public void, and let's see, validate login page. I'll write something good, proper name, validate login page title. Okay, so simple. I'll do one thing. This method should return what? This method should return title of the page. So I'll simple write how to get the title of the page, driver dot get title. So this method is returning get title, will give you a string. So I'll, instead of void, I'll write a string over here. Okay, so I have created one method over here. Fine. So these will be my actions, and this is my, I am initializing the page objects. Okay, and these all are my page objects or page factory or OR. OR means object repository. Okay, okay, and these are my actions. Action means different features which are available on login page. The first feature is that I want to verify the title of the page. Second thing is public void, let's see, I want to verify this image, free CRM image. So simple, I'll use validate CRM image. Okay, and then simple, how to validate, simple driver oh sorry, what is the image we have created? This is the CRM logo image. So CRM logo image, simple. So no need to write driver.find element by .xpath of that particular image and then okay, a dot is displayed or something like that. So simple CRM logo dot, what we have to do is displayed method we will be using. So is displayed method will return true or false if the logo is available. Simple. So it will return, I'll write simple return statement, return CRM logo dot is displayed. If it is true, it will return true. If it is available, it is true, otherwise false. So instead of void, I'll write boolean, because the return type of this is displayed and is displayed is returning boolean. So this method also will return boolean. Okay guys, again one suggestion for you guys, if you're directly jumping on this tutorial, you won't be able to understand that what is a return type and everything. You cannot learn designing of the framework directly. You have to go through the Java concepts, then Selenium concepts, then TestNG, and then you have to come it over here. Otherwise, you won't be able to understand. Okay? Okay. So let's see, I'll create one more method for login quickly. Public void login. Okay. And for login, what I'll do, I'll pass two string variable, string username comma password. Okay. And what I'll do, I'll enter my username. So I'll username like this, username and password like this. Okay, so what is my element? My element is username. Okay, so I'll write username dot send keys, right? Username dot send keys, and what exactly the value? My value is un. Okay, and for password, password dot send keys, and my password is pwd. Whatever these two variables you are passing, username will be given to this, password will be given to this. So we have to provide send keys on this particular element, which is already defined over here with by.name equal to username. Okay, so again I'm repeating, no need to write driver.find element by.xpath or by.name. Okay, it is not required in most of the cases in page object model, because in page object model we already defined with @find by, which is equivalent to driver.find element. And I'll tell you what is the advantage, okay, for the maintenance point of view also. And after that I have to click on login button. So for login button also we have created this variable login button dot simple click, right? Login button dot click, and login button dot click, the moment I enter, like guys see Naveen, okay, I'll enter my username password and I click on login. Okay, it will directly jump to the home page. So if you remember in the diagram, we are entering the login page, login details, clicking on login, and from login page 2 we are entering into the home page, right? And from login page we are entering into the home page. It means the home page is the landing page of login page, right? So ideally, what should be the return type of login page? Login page should return what? Because after clicking on login button, it's moving to home page. It means this login method should return what? It should return home page class object. Okay, it should return home page class object. So what I'll do, simple, I'll write like this, home page. Okay, or we can do like this, new home page. Simple. So it should return home page class object, and obviously instead of void, what I'll write, I'll simply write home page. So the return type of login is home page. This method is returning home page. Okay, this method is returning home page class object. So I'm simply writing new home page like this. Okay, fine. So after clicking on login button, it will move to the home page. It will come over here and then it will return you the home page class object. So these are the three methods I have created. Now what I'll do, I'll write a test case for login class. Remember, in the diagram for login page, I'll create one login page test.java, and login page test.java I'll create over here inside this test cases package src test java. I'll create it over here. So right click over here and click on new and class. Let's see, login test. Okay, login test, or I'll write like this, bit better, login page test. Give the proper name, login page test, home page test, search page test, like this, and click on finish. And this login page test also will extend the property from tested.java. So testbase.java will be the parent of login page test. So I'll write extends test base. Fine. And test base we have to import from QA base package. Fine. Okay. So login page test also we have created. Now what I'll do here, I'll define my annotations and everything. So simple, I'll write my annotation at the rate before method annotation, and let's see, my method name is public void setup. Right now I'll write my test cases. Okay, and I'll write my TestNG annotation. So at the rate before method is available here, and what I'll do inside the setup method, first thing what I'll do, I'll call my, just a minute, I'll tell you what exactly we have to do, guys. Just a minute. SASI test Java. Just a minute, guys. See, I'm just checking one design so that you will not miss the design, because the design is very important in that case. Okay, so simple, inside my, where is my login page test? Yeah, this is my login page test. What I'll do inside the setup method, what I'll do first, okay, inside from my test base class, see, this is my base class. Okay, what I'll do, I will call this method initialization method. Okay, I'll call this initialization method from the login page test class. So initialization method will be called, I can call it from my parent. I can call it from parent because it's coming from the base class. So I can call from initialization, I can call it from test base class, right? And what I'll do after initialization, what we have to do, okay, just a minute, guys, I need to check one more thing. Yeah, one more concept here. You have to create the constructor of login page test also. I'll tell you why. Okay, so simple, create one constructor with the public login page test, and what here you have to do, you have to call super keyword. Super keyword, what exactly it will do, see guys, very careful, that super keyword, first it will come inside this class, it will come over here, it will call super class constructor, so that because I want to initialize my properties also before initialization method, because I am using prop variable over here, but it's compulsory to call test base class constructor. Okay, test base class constructor, it's compulsory to call, it will be called it from here. Okay, so first I'm calling, so how to call super class constructor, by using super keyword. Okay, so super class constructor will be called, then it will come over here, okay, inside the setup method, and then it will call initialize method. So the moment it will come over here, it will not give you null pointer exception. Why? Because my properties are already defined. Okay, because we have already called test base class constructor. Guys, this is the sequence that you have to remember. Okay, after that what you have to do, you have to create the object of login page class. So how to create the object of login page class? So this is my login page class, right? So I have to create the object of login page class. So inside the so login page class constructor, I'll create login page is equal to new login page, like this. Okay, simple. I'll create the constructor like this, and what I'll do, this login page variable I'll define at the class level. Okay, at the class level, so that throughout my program I can use. I'll define like this. So what exactly it will do, it will first come over here inside the setup method, it will initialize, but before initialization it will call the super keyword super class constructor, and my all the properties will be defined, will be okay initialized. Once my properties are initialized, it will come over here, it will call initialization method, and then it will do this stuff on the basis of browser and everything. It will launch my Google Chrome, maximize page load timeout, delete all cookies, and enter the URL freecrm.com, and then I'm creating login page class constructor. That's it. I'm creating login page class object. That's it. Now I'll write after method. See guys, this is what you have to always be careful the sequence while designing the framework. Okay, you have to use a proper object oriented programming concept, inheritance, proper inheritance, super keyword, constructor things. Okay, that's why I always tell, please improve your Java skills, your core Java skills, and then jump on the Selenium and then framework part. Okay, and then my last method is this tear down method, and what I'll do, I'll close my browser here, driver.quit, and at the rate after method is coming from TestNG annotation. Fine, and I'll write my test cases over here now. Let me remove these spaces. Okay, so my first test case, let's see, at the rate test public void, and let's see, my first test case is title test. So I'll write my name like this, login page title test. Okay, this is my first test case, and at the rate test is coming from TestNG, and I know that login page title test, which I have already created one to get the title. From where you are getting the title? From login page class. From login page class we have already written this particular validate page title method. So, okay, so that's why I have created the object, guys. See, let me close all other things so that you won't be confused. Okay, see, login page, this is my login page class, right? And login page class object I have already created. So by this login page object dot, we have method that validate login page title method, right? So validate login page title method is coming from login page, and this is the non-static. So that's why I have to create the object of that particular class. So that's why I have created this object login page class object, so that I can access all the functions, all the methods of login page class, right? Please refer functions in Java tutorial in Java. Okay, fine. So this validate login page title will return one string, and I'll store in this particular string variable, let's say string. It will give you the title, the exact title, and then I'll write my assertion here. So simple, I write assert dot assert equals, okay, I have to take it from, just a minute, from TestNG. So don't take it from JUnit. Yeah, assert dot assert equals, and what exactly you are comparing? I'm comparing, this is my title, I'm comparing with what is the title of the page. So after login, this is my title, CRM PRO. Okay, CRMPRO. See, this is called title, right? This is title. So I'm expecting after login. Oh, sorry, on the login page, sorry, itself. I'll go to the login page. It will give you login page title. So this is the title, guys. Free CRM for any business. So simple, I'll get the title. See, this is the title. Okay, this is the title. Right, so this is I have written for login test also. First I'm calling this method. This method is returning the title string, and then I'm writing the assertion, guys. Assertion is very important, otherwise you are not validating anything. It's giving you the wrong title. How will you validate? How will you confirm the test case is pass or fail? Right, so make sure that you are writing proper assertion. And then at the rate, one more test case. Let's see, we will write public void, let's see, I'll write CRM logo image test. Okay, some proper name I'll write like this. See, always write test at the end. Login page title test, CRM logo image test. Okay, login test, something like this. And then again we have this. Okay, object dot. So for login page CRM image also we have written validate image CRM. This method we have already defined in login page dot java, and it will return true or false. If it is available, it will return true, otherwise it will return false. So obviously it will return boolean. So I'll store in some boolean. Let's see, flag is equal to this. Okay, and then I'll write one assertion, assert dot assert true. Okay, assert dot assert true flag. If flag is true, your assertion will be passed, otherwise it will be failed. So this is different other type of assertion I have used. And then let's see, at the rate test, and then I'll write for login public void login test, right? And for login test also, login page dot, do we have method? Yes, login method. And what is the username and password, guys? So username password now we have to pass. So let's see, I'm passing my username password. I have already defined inside my config.properties, right? Naveen K, and right, this is my username property. So how to read the property? Simple, prop dot get property username. Same thing for password, prop dot get property, and the password is property is password. Okay, fine. So I haven't hard coded, so that's why. Okay, we are storing inside the config.properties username and password, and I can use this prop inside this login page test.java also. Why? Because login page dot test class, login page test class is extending test base class also, and inside the test base class I have defined this property, and this property is getting initialized over here. So obviously I can inherit all the properties from the parent, so I can inherit prop also. So I'll use prop.getProperty from username and from password property, and then it will call login method. So it will enter username, so Naveen K, and test at 123 will be given to UN and PWD. It will enter username password, click on login button, and then it will return what? It will return home page class object, right? So what I'll do, I'll store one home page class object. So what I'll do, simple, I'll create one home page over here, and home page variable I'll create reference variable, right? And this home page will be equal to this. Can I write like this? Yes, I can write. Why? Because this home page is denoting is what? Home page is home page class reference, and this method, login method, is returning you the object of home page class. So I can store in home page class reference, right? Fine, because this login is returning what? New home page. So can I write like this? homepage equal to new homepage, right? Similarly, I have done the same thing over here. Homepage is equal to, this method is returning homepage class object. Fine. So login page dot login also I have used. And then I'll define the priority. Let's see, first thing I want to execute, priority is equal to 1, priority is equal to 2, and for this priority is equal to 3. Okay, so I have defined the 3 properties, and see, so far I haven't executed my code, so I don't know it will work or not. Let's see. This is the folder structure and everything, package structure, class, parent child relationship, base class, page class, test class, config.properties, page factories we have seen, login page.java, okay, page factories, initialization of the page factories, and different actions of the page class wise we have created. So currently we have just created one class, I mean one functionality, one page we have covered, that is login page. So far we haven't written the code for context, deals and everything. So one by one we will do that. But let's see, let's execute this program. So login page test.java we have to execute. So right click on it and run as TestNG, and let's see if it is working or not. Otherwise we will see if it is not working. So see, it's launching Google Chrome, perfect, fine. 3 test cases, so 3 times it will be launched. Second time, fine. And then the third time also it will enter username password and login button, it's clicking on it, and then fine. And all the test cases are perfectly fine, running fine. And then you see the report, login page title test, CRM logo image test, and login test. All the 3 test cases are perfectly working fine, guys, right? All 3 test cases are fine. Okay, so we have covered this section. Base class, all these things we have defined except the reporting part, and the login page class and the test class we have created. Inside the login page class we have created page libraries, object repositories, and initialization of the all the properties and actions we have defined over there, the features and the methods we have defined over there, that page title, CRM logo image, and login username password and click on login button, right? And so the first part of this particular framework, okay, is done. The basic skeleton we have created, and we have checked with the login feature also. The test cases are working fine, right? In the next session I'll tell you that, but before that we can do one thing, that how exactly you're generating this report, TestNG report. Okay, so far I'll tell you that in the next session how to generate extend report. But if you refresh your project, just right click on your project and refresh it, you will see one test output folder will be created. And if you see, one file will be there, index.html file is there. Okay, and just right click on it, go to properties and copy this location, and go to your Firefox and see the output. This is the reporting output. 3 test cases were there inside this login page test, CRM logo image, login page title test, and login test, right? So one basic framework we have created. Although we haven't created any utilities so far, common utilities and other page classes and data driven approach also we haven't covered, right? So we will do in the next step, don't worry. Okay, but the basic skeleton of the framework we have developed, we have created, and the complete folder structure and the package structure we have created. So always remember guys, this is the standard package structure we have to follow, folder structure we have to follow guys, like this. Okay, in test data we will tomorrow, I'll show you that in the next session, that how to create the Excel files, how to fetch the data from Excel files and all those stuff. Config also, base class also, page class also, and inside the test package I have created, inside the one test package, test cases package, I have written my test classes. And the complete project is Maven project. This is the Maven project where I have defined my pom.xml file, okay, in which I have defined all the required dependencies. So I have defined 3 dependencies so far: Selenium dependency, TestNG dependency, and Apache POI dependency. And then we will see that number of other things like how can we integrate with log4j, how to generate the logs, right? How to generate the this thing extend report.html file and all those stuff. Okay, some interesting thing I'll tell you. Don't worry, guys. Each and everything in terms of framework and data driven approach, we will drive the data from Excel files. Okay, like that. We will create one Excel utilities and data providers also we will be using. Okay, so end to end project we will cover, and later on we will cover that how can we integrate with Jenkins, how to check in and check out the code from Git repositories. Okay, so those things I'll cover, but please practice step by step. And one thing again I'll repeat, guys, please don't jump into framework designing concept directly. First you have to refer Java classes, and then you have to refer your Selenium things, Selenium and TestNG, then come over here. Otherwise you won't be able to understand anything, that what is inheritance, why Naveen has created these variables, why this is public and protected. Okay, what is the super keyword, what is constructor. You won't be able to understand these things, so it's compulsory, okay, to learn Java and then Selenium, TestNG, and then come over here. Okay, so that's all for in this particular session. I would advise you guys, please go through this particular video first. This video, page object model design with Selenium WebDriver part 1. Understand that this thing, this diagram, and then come over here in the part 2. Okay, part 2 I'll be uploading, okay, today, so you can refer part 2. And guys, please subscribe and click on the bell icon so that you will be getting, the videos which are getting uploaded in future, part 3 and part 4 also, and some other things also we will be covering. So number of videos are coming in future. Please subscribe, okay, the channel, and you will be notified automatically. Okay, so that's all for today, and thank you so much, guys. I'll see you then.